be praised. My name is Bernard Ngoboka. And I'm very glad to be here today. I had a very long journey today, but I thank God that I'm finally here. Reverend has asked me to say something about that victory that God gave me. First of all, I'm a biomedical engineer by profession. Then I'm also running a rehabilitation center called Aruka House, Uganda. Do you know what a rehab is? Yes. So you have an idea of what I'm going to talk about. Yes, I'm very glad that I can stand before you and share what the Lord has done in my life. I've been sober now for 17 years. Some of you are struggling to be sober for 2 hours. You should even be grabbing, but praise the Lord. It has been God all the way. I struggled with addictions for a very long time. I started most of the things when I was in Form 1 at Mbara High School, chapel in Form 1. And I was expelled because of smoking and drinking and escaping from school. Going to watch, anyone from Chapa here? Hey, Menaman. No beef, others, no beef. So, I was expelled from Mbara High School because of the addictions I was in. I went to Soga College, Miri. I was also expelled in Form 1. I went to the only senior south of Sahara and north of Limpopo. Many of you know that. I have an OD here, praise the Lord. Amen, yes. I went to Butovere, but I was also expelled because what started as adventure, what started as something to fit in community, to be the cool guy in school, ended up growing. And every day it would grow. I had a lot of emptiness in my heart. I was always looking for something that would fill that was in me. When I joined Senior 1, I was from a very local school. I was from Kanwezi Primary School. It will be very hard for you to find it on the map, but it is there. And I messed up so much. I'm so glad. I have another OB. Chirawa just well. Now, as I'm sharing this, there's a reference point. He's my OB. We are together in senior. So I started. It started as something very. You want to fit in. You want to be cool like the cool guys. And before I knew it, I was hooked. I was smoking, I was escaping from school. To cut it short, I started my O-level from 6 schools. 6 schools. I would escape from school. I remember at one point in Butovere, in Form 2, I was with Chirabo and some other guys, and because of what I was doing, I was a thief. I used to steal I would steal the extent of stealing basins and cups in school to go and sell in the trading center so that I could get money to survive. Now, the addictions I had were demanding that even if I was given how much money, I could not sustain what I was doing. And before I knew it, I was on the streets when I was expelled from the last schools, and I hit the streets. The time they were constructing KIU, around 2002, I carried sand on the buildings. I was a porter, so to say. Life became hard, I ended up being a pimp. You know what a pimp is? Okay. Let me put it in the local language. Of like, rich men would come to me because I had every, you get what I'm saying. I had the guys would come pay me, and the prostitutes would pay me as well. And that was my survival. I'm born from a Christian family. My dad is a preacher. I can't remember any time when the gift of Christmas, the people are paying giving the highest. I don't remember it from the time I was young, ever going to some other home. It was always in my home. But even how committed my family was, that could not save me. I suffered on the streets, I slept in pipes, I did every kind of thing that you could ever think of. The time I was thinking of life had come to an end for me, the last resort was suicide. The time I was going to commit suicide, I saw my dad. By that time I was in Ishaka. I had become my home. You wake up in the morning, you're seated at the taxi park. You're thinking, someone give me a 200, I will go and buy cigarettes. No, that was the life I was living. Many of you, when I say this, you could be familiar with it. I'm not saying that you're doing what I did, or you probably have a family member. I developed a heart for people struggling with addictions. When God delivered me, I'm jumping something. So I saw my dad. Let me first clear that. I saw my dad in the morning, and when I saw him like this, he had not seen me. I remembered the last thing he had told me before I left home. My dad is an ex-soldier. For some of you whose parents are soldiers, we share the same testimonies, I believe. Daddy came to me. The more he came to me, the more I got lost. So I remembered he had told me before I left, because he told me that if they ever chase you from any other school, I'll shoot you, bury you myself. When I saw him, it was after 3 years on street. I saw my dad like this, and the first thing that ran in my mind was like, does he have a gun? Fortunately, they had not seen me. I bolted. I ran. He didn't see me. Now, this is where the story begins. As I'm on the street, I have my grandmother, who has been my best friend for a very long time. She would pray for me. She fasted for the 3 years I was out of home. She would pray. She would pray. She would tell my dad, go, if he's not your son, go and look for my son. As if Bambi knew where he was. She kept praying. Now, another team of people are also praying in Kampala. And actually God spoke. They told my dad, you go, you will be able to find him. At first he had washed his hands and then was like, but you people, you're not even serious. How do you tell me to go and look for someone I can't even know? Well, because many of them knew that I had died. Finally, God was clear and told my auntie kept on telling my dad on the phone, you go to Ushenyi, go to Ishaka, go like this and that. Surprisingly, the time I saw him, they had just called him that he's going to see you and he's going to run away. Friends, prayer works. For some of you are still doubting prayer. When you pray earnestly, God listens. Finally, my dad, I ran away, he didn't see me. I go and tell a friend, my best friend, I was like, man, now you see when I was in the ghetto, I had lied to these guys that the reason why I'm here, I'm in exile. I impregnated a girl. Kumba was doing school fees, I was doing all these funny things. Because you know with guys, once you say, yeah man, I impregnated a girl, guys will be like, hey, man, you know, things happen. So like with all of us. Now, when I saw, I was like, man, you remember that my story? I told you I impregnated this girl, and this guy is going to arrest me. But first find out what he's up to. My friend comes near my dad. He was in a restaurant, seated, stranded, didn't know what to do. And then the guy was like, MZ, you seem a little stranded. What is the matter? How can I help you? My dad, now him being a soldier and an intelligence person, was like, there should be something here. Now, as he started to tell him, he broke down. He started crying. I'm the second born, but I'm the big boy at home. My dad, my stepmother died in 1992 because of HIV. My dad was supposed to die then. You know that SIDA of 93? Where people would have GCP that would come like so and hits you on the face. That was my dad. That's when he was supposed to die. Now, he is sick. He's seeing his only hope go to the grave. He had taken me to the good schools because he believed in me. He believed that one day I would take care of my siblings. But that didn't work for him. So finally, when he broke down, my friend was like, Mzee, I know the guy. But now, we need to get a way of getting to him. Because I know he's going to run away. Now Ibra, my friend, comes to me and tells me, you know what? Because I've also liked them. The name, Yeah, I had the name for the ghetto, not my original name. Now he comes, Ibra comes and he's like, man, I've talked to Mzee, but I can tell you, the guy has come for you. He wants to take you to prison. So what I'm going to do, let me take you and hide you. Okay, oh, kawa. So we moved. We moved. There was a corridor like this. And I was like, in the middle. Behold. I see my dad just ahead of me there. I turned like this to run. So some two huge guys standing like this. I had no escape, I couldn't climb the building. I just came to him. My dad hugged me. And when my stepmother died, my dad did not cry. He was the hard guy in the movie. But when he met me, he cried. I saw him cry. He hugged me. I was not clean. I had my gene, which I had moved for like a month. At that point, I had dreads. The fact that he looked at me, but the me who left home is, but for him, that was his greatest joy ever. He hugged me after hugging me. He's like, you look hungry. Man, you're in spirit. Because I had not eaten for days. There's a restaurant which I used to pass by, like thousands looking at it from there, never entering. He took me to good times. I sat, he was like, so, Papich, I told him. They brought the first plate, I downed it in minutes. Like, yes. They brought a second plate. I turned it down like so as I take it. She kept looking at it like, After that, he asked me, now that I have seen you, secondly, do you want to stay here? Or we go home? I was like, that's fine. I told him, let's go. He took me to a boutique. bought for me some rubande trouser and a nice shirt. We headed home. When I reached home, there was a party. People celebrated. Even then, my addictions did not stop. The more time I spent home, the more the habit grew. I was feeling so empty. I was seeing the people I was with in senior 1 almost graduating. I went to St. Peter's Nadia in 2004, in my senior 4. And I was the oldest student in school. You can imagine those names like Muzei, they didn't miss. But let me tell you, when I joined senior 4 in St. Peter's Nadia, I remember that from the time I was young, at the age of P5, I used to write on my book, Engineer Ngoboka. Trust me, I didn't know what an engineer was. But for me, that one was the thing. And I remember I asked God, I cried, I'd gotten saved, and I was praying, and I was like, God, can I still be someone? I asked God, God, is it still possible for me to be an engineer? Friends, I vividly heard the voice. I didn't see the person, I heard the voice. Yes, you can still be. I had dropped physics and chemistry in Form 2. Here I am in senior 4. And the voice is telling me that yes, you can still be an engineer. Chirabo Edgar could tell you, I used to copy, I used to cheat the extent that I could almost cheat someone's name. Every paper, as everyone else is busy, even if the teacher, I remember there was a time when we had an agriculture exam, and the teacher was there. I walked, because I knew I had not read anything. I went, when he was seeing me, I picked the book. I came and sat and looked at him like this. He walked away. The agriculture teacher. And everyone was like, gee. And here is the time when you hear the voice say, yes, you can still be. I was like, okay, how possible? Now, I went, registered, because I was new. I registered before even attending any physics class. Remember, we used to do pre-registration exams. Everyone had done, me had not done. By the time the physics teacher was going through, I'd already shaded, the things had already gone. He sees me in his class and he's like, who are you? And my name is Ngoboka. Okay. So, but I don't know you in my class. I'm like, sir, I'm new. He didn't go into much details. To cut it short, when S4 results came back, physics and math were my best subjects. I went to Migade College for my A-level. I did them. But this time, I was chapel prefect. I was the pastor of the school. There was a legacy of chapel prefects. The first one got 24 points and did medicine. The second one did industrial chemistry. The remaining did medicine. Now when results came back, senior 6 results. Hallelujah! I had 1 point. Hey, no, I didn't say I had a fast break. Look at you. 1 point. Remember, you're a chapel prefect. I got my Bible and I read the Psalm. God, remember those days when I used to read the Multitudes in the fellowship. I cried. And I was like, God, how can this happen to me? They started telling me, you know what? Let's go. Something must be wrong. You know those fiery guys? I was fired in high school. I would go on assembly when I'm talking, encouraging people who are feeling down and they can't see things work out. And I'm like, man, we are going to campus. I'm assuring them. Eh? I remember one time I told them, if Makerere and Must do not take us, some of us Oxford would take us. The time results were out. One teacher still remembered. So when I came to pick my results, he reminded me. That was the biggest hit of my life. But you know, start up agenda. They that know their God. I picked my broken pieces. Lots of advices were coming in, and one was going back to senior 5. I said, at 27 really. Back to senior 5. Now if I was Mosei, what would I be then, you know? But I want to tell you guys, I remember in my back, I was prayer secretary at All Saints, it's called C4C, the Baptist Fellowship. And I remember a friend of mine was in the other high school, and she had got 22 points. And she came to the prayer secretary for encouragement. And she was crying. You see, at home, everyone has done law on government. I am very worried. They are not going to give me government. I looked at Sister Doreen in the Lord. And I was like, I can tell you, my sister, the Lord is faithful. The Lord is faithful. She turned and she was like, because she knew the guys were coming out with most of the time were guys from SMART, Gaza. And they're like, for you, she also thought actually I was from SMART. And I was like, for you SMARTists, you could be there. One, you're a scientist. Two, you couldn't even be there. And you're having 24 points and you're telling me you're going to I'm like, I can tell you of this thing that I'm sure of. God is faithful. She was like, okay, what did you get? I told me, wait a minute. If I were here, I would have committed suicide. The person who came for encouragement, friends. That day, I went down on my God. People are even telling me, they are even giving me advice of suicide. Huh? I remember, I was just sloping towards the park. I reached around Pioneer Mall, the parking. And I had the lyrics of the word God will make a way. As if I didn't know the song so much, but the lyrics made sense for me. The part that talks about how he will make a way in the wilderness, the desert, the rivers in the desert. Desert come. That's what it says. I will read it. Let's read it together. And rivers in the desert will rise. Heaven and earth will fade, but his word is still remain.
He will do something today.
That, I was with a friend of mine. Later on, I became his best man. He had got 24. Cut me and him, we made 25. Now, I was with Brian. And Brian, when those words came, I told him, my brother, this is what is coming out for me. I found myself kneeling in town, in the middle of nowhere. Brian laid hands on me and prayed with me. 2 days later, I joined Uganda Technical College, Elgon. I went and did electrical installation at a certificate level. I finished, I did advanced certificate. I finished, I did a diploma in electrical engineering. After finishing, when I had just done my last paper in electrical, I had a dream when I was in machines and I was like a DJ. I had things all over me, on my head, and I woke up and I was like, ah, now God, from an engineer I'm becoming a DJ. But there was something very clear. These machines didn't look like what Banis is playing. They were medical equipment. In a dream, I woke up. Meanwhile, when I finished S6, I refused to go back home. I was like, no. Because by that time, I almost stayed every overnight in Kampala. We would do an overnight at All Saints. I had a team of guys who were radical at Chamboko. We would walk from All Saints to Chamboko for fellowships, for overnight. And in a short while, I saw this coming to pass. A university came from the UK, and they wanted someone. They wanted okay. I started searching. You know, I went on the internet, medical equipment technicians, medical equipment. The only thing that was coming out was biomedical engineering. To cut it short, I was one of the first engineering students here. Because by the time I finished, I started. There were about 5 of them in the whole country. From one point, from the streets, from whatever I was going through, I saw God bring me this far. IHK, International Hospital Kampala, hired me when I was in my first year. I was a paramedical engineer. All the time I was in school, I was working with IHK. I worked with them for 4 years. And by the grace of God, when I finished, God clearly spoke that it is time up. That's how I started Aruka House Uganda, a rehabilitation center that helps people who are struggling with addictions. My life message is that for everyone who is struggling with any addiction, there is hope. Addiction is so tough that some of the addictions are so hidden that even the person next to you, even your closest friend, cannot know what you're going through. Many of us on the outside, we are kawa, we are good, we have got the point. But let me tell you, addiction respects no age. Addiction respects no race. Addiction doesn't respect your profession. We have seen doctors die of lung cancer after smoking. We have seen lawyers, professional people who went to campus and got 20, who got 25, now it's 20, yeah? People got 20. They do pre-entry exams, they get all the marks. 12, they finish university and they start being gay activists. You don't just start like that. It starts early. Many young people, many middle-aged people are struggling with addiction. Some it's pornography. I suffered with pornography for a very long time. I would always watch the last thing. I remember myself getting the magazines. Those days we didn't have phones. I would have magazines. Then I would get it and I'm like, oh, when I'm a believer by now, when I'm chapel prefect in school, I'm struggling and I get this magazine and I'm like, God, I have even thrown it in the ceiling. Tomorrow when the urge comes, I'm like, God, I swear, I am going to just, for the very last time, I would watch. After that, I would go and masturbate. No one knew what I was going through. Some of these addictions, they affect you that even the closest person cannot know what you're going through. But every time you go, when you're alone, it drowns on you. I saw God deliver me from these addictions. And it's the same God I want to tell you today. It's the same God I want to introduce you to. I'm no longer a slave to fear, my friends. I'm no longer, I don't need to hide. I don't need marijuana to be a man. I don't need to take alcohol to be eloquent, to speak to people. Many of us young people think that when you use drugs, when you smoke, that's when you be man enough. No! Every time you do that, it deprives you of your innocence. I'm doing schools. I was in Kasese just a 3-4 weeks ago. I went to primary school. I found 2 P2 kids in the headmaster's office. They called them with coffee spirit of Vera. Addiction starts early. I have been dealing with people who started masturbating in P5, P3, P2, watching porn, and every time, man, know this, garbage in. 3 months ago, the headline for Daily Monitor was university students and high school students top with mental cases. I know I'm speaking to the right people. I run a rehab. I have 20 men in the rehab. 14 of them failed to finish university. I want to speak to someone here. You're here and you feel your whole hope is gone. You feel your hope is gone. You feel everything you try, man, it's not working. You try, many have even gone for witchcraft to stop addiction. But the more you go there, the more it fails. It all starts when you have Jesus in your life. God bless you.
Just a moment, please tell us your number. Can we write it on the board? Just in case someone needs the number.
The MTN line is 774 80 76 19 0774 80 76 19. Airtel is 0701 80 76 19. We have the Aruka, you type Aruka House Uganda, that's our Facebook page. Like it, share it. You're struggling, you have a family member struggling with addiction, please get in touch. God bless you.